Okay, I shall continue here. But again, since I feel this video is going to be deleted, I'm going to concentrate more on this video here, with this camera here. Okay. Alright, continue here. Sounds like the Quran is, Yosef. Sounds like the Quran is doing that by saying he understood what ants say. You believe that God can urinate like your Lord Jesus did. So why you don't believe that ants can't speak? Where did I say ants can't communicate? Clearly, they do communicate. The question I have is, how did the Dr. Dolittle Solomon know what the ants were saying in their language of odors, and how did the ants know who Solomon was and the existential threat he and his troops' feet posed on them as they went through the Valley of the Ants unaware? That you never answer, and you know something? I can see why. Even scientists discovered that they do. That they communicate, as they're saying. Again, I have no problem with ants communicating using their chemical odors, whatever. What I have a problem with is, how did the Dr. Dolittle Solomon know, the Dr. Dolittle Solomon, King Solomon, know what the ants were saying in their language of odors, and how did the ants know who Solomon was and the existential threat Solomon and his troops' feet posed for them? That you never answer. And again, I can see why. Well, this is the video that proves that they check it before you speak again. It is a very short video, and I see the video. Again, I have no problem. Again, I have no problem with ants communicating using their chemical odors, whatever. What I have a problem with is, how did the Dr. Dolittle, King Solomon, know what the ants were saying in their language of odors, and how did the ants know who Solomon was and the existential threat he and his troops' feet posed, like the Quran has them saying? That to me is incredibly lame and stupid. It's not even in parable form. So you have to actually believe ants knew who Solomon was. You don't see how stupid that is, do you? How come you don't see how stupid that is? Ants communicate by emitting noise, like scientists discovered in 2009. And then he shows the video. I saw the video. I saw the video. The video said ants don't communicate like they do in the movie A Bug's Life, or Ants. You know, there's a movie called Ants too. Not as good as Bug's Life. But that they make a noise that can be that can mean something to other ants, like let them know that the queen is distressed. And guess what? In that very same video, you find out that a butterfly has somehow learned to make the same noise. So instead of being killed, it's tended to when it's a caterpillar, which I find far more impressive. But the fact that ants make the mistake of helping the caterpillar as it makes the same noise as the queen is proof to me that ants aren't that bright, and proof that ants would be totally unaware of who Solomon and his troops were. If they can confuse a chattering butterfly, a huge food source for them, for being the queen ant, then how in all his name would they be aware of the existential threat the feet of Solomon and his troops posed to their anthill? Do you see how stupid the Quran is for saying a thing like the ant saying, "Oh, ants, enter your dwellings, that you not be crushed by Solomon and his soldiers while they perceive not"? That is just so stupid. I know ants communicate through chemical odors and whatever passed back and forth through their antennas, but to say, "Oh, ants, enter your dwellings, that you not be crushed by Solomon and his soldiers while they perceive not," is just, well, it's mind-boggling ludicrous. Ludicrous. It's the height of stupidity. It's like saying embryos go through a blood clot stage. See, Sahih Muslim, Book 33, Quran, and Quran Surah 96. It's called the clot. It's not called not the like a clot. It's called the clot, not like a clot or like a clinging leech-like substance or the clinging leech-like substance. It's called the clot. Nothing else. You know. And Quran stated they speak to each other. I don't care. I don't care if they spoke to it. It doesn't mean anything. The fact that the little video shows them taking care of a butterfly, making the same noise that makes them think it's their queen, so they take care of it, is proof that ants could never be aware of Solomon, his troops, the existential threats they posed to them with their feet. Proof. And also proof that the Quran really was written by a guy who could not read nor write. Proof that old Mo was unlettered. Proof that he was a moron as well as a false prophet. Man, oh well. I mean, really, how could an ant have the brains to tap out or fart out the sentence, "Oh, ants, enter your dwellings, that you not be crushed by Solomon and his soldiers while they proceed not." If they think they're going to be, I mean, how can they have the brains to do that if they are going to confuse a butterfly for the queen? Then how, if they're going to confuse a butterfly for the queen, then how are they going to know who in the hell Solomon is? Think, O slave of the best of deceivers. Think. This is amazing. Exactly. For it's amazing that you don't see how stupid ants are for making a butterfly mistaking a butterfly for the queen, yet believe the Quran, where they'd then be smart enough to know who Solomon, his troops, and being crushed in beans. It is amazing. Now, how Solomon knew what they said? Well, I'm really looking forward to this. You tell me, okay? As I said, he is a messenger of God. So? And he receives revelations from God. That's it. Oh, the answer Allah? Well, who knew? Now, how ants knew that now how did ants know it was Solomon? Aren't I supposed to ask that question? And have? This is a silly question. Only because someone, you, believes the Quran that they did know who Solomon was. So the question really isn't silly now, is it? Think, O slave of the best of deceivers. Think. There is no way to know such thing. Then why does the Quran say the ants in the valley knew who Solomon was? Oh, there's no way to know such thing, you say. Oh, so all this talk about these smart, brilliant guys talking about ants is for nothing? Are you admitting that this shouldn't be in the Quran? Is that what you're saying? And, by the way, humans don't know everything about insects and their world. True. But when you see ants mistakenly treating a butterfly like they do the queen, like just mistreating when you see ants mistakenly treating a butterfly like it's their queen, like thinking it's their queen, due to the vibes this butterfly gives off, this is proof that they would be completely unaware of who Solomon was, nor even care who he was. Proof that old Mo would think the Pixar movie called Ants was reality. Proof that old Mo was probably actually telling the truth, that he really was unlettered and couldn't read nor write. He sounds like he was definitely the President O'Blamer of his time, if you ask me. Scientists discovered no facts from year to year. So, like in 2009, where they discovered that the ants emit sounds as the Quran confirms, which means nothing. Means that the ants will confuse a food source, butterfly, being treating it like their queen for making the same sound. Proof that ants would not know who Solomon was, nor know his troops, nor know what their feet could do to them. Proof that the Quran was written by an unlettered prophet for damn sure. Oh, how much time do I have left here? I got 2 more minutes here. 2 more minutes, yeah. Now, I'm glad that you watched the video about Mr. Keith Moore. Do you think he is a liar? Only if he truly agrees with how Sahih, Authentic Muslim, Book 33 views Quran, Surah 96, when it says, it becomes a blood clot, and not, quote, like a blood clot, like Mr. Moore tried to say the Quran says. The thing is, though, there's no, quote, then it looks like of a clinging leech-like substance, or then it looks like a blood clot. Instead, like Sahih Muslim Hadith, it says, quote, then it becomes a clot of blood. And you find out it's for 40 days. That's a big difference. And one of the reasons why I can now never pull out a prayer rug and stick my patootie in the air 5 times a day, every day, for the remainder of my life. One of the main reasons why I won't be washing my nose out 3 times to get an imaginary Satan out of it for him sleeping in the upper interior of my nose. Another stupid thing Mo said, if you ask me. Oh, man. Well, I think I'll begin part 7 now. Bye.